After crushing the divine immortals, I ushered in an era of absolute peace. Centuries of tranquility finally paved the way for my legendary secluded cultivation. My disciples wailed in despair, begging their master not to vanish for an eternity. I remained unmoved, commanding them to carve their names across the heavens instead. Eons passed before I emerged, bisecting a mountain with a mere flick of my wrist. Unrecognized by the world, these arrogant fools actually dared to point blades at me. Naturally, they were fodder. My next destination? A reunion with my prime disciple, Leanne. But something had changed. The tiny girl I remembered had developed in startling ways. She stared at me with a predatory glint, her proportions defying all logic. Having mastered my arts, she now challenged me to a duel on silk mattresses. Terrified I'd flee, she lunged at my leg with relentless, albeit questionable determination. Against my transcendent physique, her desperate assault was as ineffective as a gentle breeze. A light palm strike sufficed to remind her exactly who the real master was. Yet, things took a turn. I was saved only when news of stolen manuscripts arrived. Seizing the chance for a tactical retreat, I set off to recover the sacred scrolls. I'm proud of Yonner's strength, but her behavior has certainly taken a thirsty direction. I ventured into the capital to rendezvous with a shadowy network of ancient informants. Their cryptic ciphers remained unchanged. Following a paper messenger, I found my contact. She was a ramen-obsessed glutton whose calories migrated exclusively to her chest area. I whispered the secret passkey, but this girl thought I was just some creepy weirdo. She slammed the table, screaming insults and demanding I scram immediately, but I saw through the act. Resting a hand on her shoulder, I ended the charade. The code was spoken. I told her to quit playing games and get to work. Suddenly, she froze. Inside, her blood began to boil like molten honey. A single touch from me had nearly drained her reservoir of lonely cultivation energy. She realized it then. I was the legendary partner destined for her dual cultivation. Our clueless hero has no idea he just triggered a total obsession. She lunged for my hand, claiming she'd been waiting for me her entire life. Her motive smelled fishy, but she led me to an arena where masters fought. "Secure that manual," she teased, "and I will give you whatever your heart desires." Before she could even finish, I was already stepping onto the stage. Time is essence. An arrogant elder blocked my path, swearing I'd never touch the sacred treasure. A massive blast rocked the stadium, drowning the entire area in a cloud of dust. As the smoke dissipated, I stood there, without a single scratch on my robes. The rest of the mob rushed in, completely oblivious to their impending doom. With a ghostly flicker, I appeared behind the old man and tapped his brow. The elder spiraled into madness, his internal energy erupting in a chaotic frenzy. Corrupted particles rained from the sky, detonating upon the slightest contact. The crowd fled in terror. Yet to me, this disaster felt like gentle snowflakes. I prepared to wipe the sky clean, but my informant had other bouncy ideas. She conjured massive, ramen-powered spheres to shield me in a surprisingly soft barrier. Honestly, Chow Chow must have endured a lot to develop such specialized defenses. Ready to sacrifice it all, she reached into her mountains of heat for a talisman. But worry not, Chow Chow. Today, the master is taking charge. Prepare yourself, for the world is about to witness my true power once again. Stand back! The heavenly tribulation strikes hard, while that possessed maniac just laughs. Then a rock hits his skull. You might be a powerhouse, old man, but sacrificing souls for a book makes you worthless trash, I growl. He attempts a 30-sign ninja ritual, but loses to a classic boxing combo. I reclaim my rightful book and weave a forbidden art to cheat death. Healing the broken and reversing the agony, I bring everyone back to life. Unfortunately, poor little Yentan fainted. Helping her up was a legendary struggle, but as a true gentleman, I did my duty. The Lord watches us leave, stunned that a young punk could snag the legendary book so easily. Suddenly, a servant rushes in with urgent news. The Empress's fleet is moving. Why are they here now? The Lord wonders, as a secret is whispered. He approaches me with a hidden code, claiming I have the wrong guy, but I promise to honor his father's legacy forever. I am Zen, son of. The Lord freezes in total shock. Kong's son. Later, Yantan finally wakes up. She's in a luxury mansion where doctors have already tried their best. The beauty is still in a deep slumber, while rumors of her identity spread. She's the sidekick of the book's owner, they say. The girl nods solemnly. She nearly died protecting him. She begs the Lord to check on him, but the protagonist is already missing in action. The girl played dead for nothing. He just ghosted her. Is he plotting something behind my back? She fumes. Searching the grounds, she finds her tracking talisman. You're toast, boy. She reaches a door and eavesdrops, wondering why the room is so silent. She pokes a hole to peep inside, and her jaw hits the floor. Is Shen fondling the old man's chest? No, it's a mark, the symbol of the Kong family legacy carved right into his skin. Do you believe me now? The Lord asks, remembering the ancient wars. In a flash, that little boy had grown into a man. 40 years ago, a shadow loomed as the previous Lord faced death. He passed on the mantle of City Lord, but they weren't alone. A mysterious figure appeared mocking the young Lord's long, boring life. So obedient, the shadow whispered. That's why your father loved you. Beyond guarding the book, she had one final mission for him. When the true master arrives, tell him to go to the Fud Cave. Back in the present, the Lord warns me to keep this secret. I feel a cold sweat. Is she who I think she is? Yes, he confirms. Your third disciple, Leanne, the Empress of the South. My disciples are all becoming world bosses? And that cave name. Wait, isn't that the legendary Mountain of Gluttony? This is getting out of hand. Deliver a message. Once the celestial tome finds its true master, tell him to bring that treasure to the Fud Cave pronto. Back to reality. Keep this a secret from Yanner. Our hero feels super awkward asking if that was really her. Zine confirms. Yep, that's my third disciple, Lady Leanne, the ancient Empress of the South and a total world boss. Shen is shook. His students are basically out-leveling their own master. Wait, that cave name, is that the legendary soul-shattering mountain threat? Refining legendary potions with his disciple. Suddenly, Zenang drops to his knees. Shen asks what's up. Zen reveals the Lord Gig title wasn't ready. His father desired a face-to-face meeting with the fabled Celestial Book's master. Tears stream down as he apologizes for this desperate, shameful request. Shen can't ignore a brother, remembering his deep bond with Zen's father. He asks the location. Apparently, the old man is in a deep slumber. He's hidden in the clan mountains. But first, find his fellow disciple. Yanten witnesses the scene and loses it. She brands Shen a total creep, misunderstanding everything. She screams that the secret meeting was just a lie. Fuming, she claims she waited forever for this golden opportunity to strike. Is he playing games? She hurls a mysterious alchemy pill at them. Shen collapses. She sneers that strength matters little against her secret toxins. One sniff, and it's lights out. She grins, eyeing the top-tier prize. Shen should be hers. But a radiant scroll nearby catches her greedy eye. She starts tripping immediately. Hyped up, she wonders if this is divine. Could this be the Celestial Book? She gasps at the blinding, mystical colors. Confused and overwhelmed, time skips forward. Now she's looming over our hero. She's literally sitting on top of Shen. Groggy, Shen wonders what's happening. Is that the scent of intoxicating elixir? Suddenly, he feels something soft. Shen's eyes snap open. He's horrified to find the girl pinning him down. What are you doing? Shen blushes, trying to break free from her. He yells for her to back off. Memories of the knockout gas return. He recalls Yanten's chaotic entrance and her wild, nonsensical accusations. Nothing weird? Yeah, right. Suddenly, Yanten lunges into a tight, desperate hug. Before he can react, she plants a kiss and starts sniffing him. Puppy style? Shen's face turns beet red. He begs her to stop, but she's relentless. She grabs his hand and begins licking his finger. Yes, it's that weird. Shen's brain short-circuits. Is this actually happening? Then, he notices the book. The Celestial Book is wide open. He pleads for her to act human. She's literally acting like a dog. This is a disaster regarding his security. To protect his hidden treasures, Shen placed a forbidding curse on the book. Anyone who peeks gets brainwashed into a loyal hound. Shen realizes the truth. Did she peek inside? He can't just leave her in this canine state. With a heavy sigh, he delivers a light slap to break the trance. He mutters that she's lucky he's the one who found her first. The curse fuses a dog spirit with the human soul. Truly messy. A normal dispelling would turn her into an airhead. Shen pins her down. He carefully extracts the dog's soul, promising she'll return to normal soon. She collapses into unconsciousness. Mission accomplished. Since she suffered quite a lot, he uses the book to grant her peaceful, sweet dreams instead of nightmares. By the time she wakes, the curse will be a distant memory. He hopes she keeps this embarrassing incident a secret. Now, for the cave. Time to head to Fud Cave. He needs to ghost before things get awkward. As he prepares to bolt, Yanten suddenly grabs his shirt. Is she awake? She mumbles in her sleep, promising to always have his back. How cute. Yanton sobs. Don't leave me! Shen sighs, choosing to stay. He'll depart only after she wakes. Suddenly, fate intervenes. Xiang rouses, dazed. How did he sleep? Where is Shen? A disciple demands the main character's location, but the maid is clueless. He vanished before I arrived. The woman scoffs in disbelief. As head disciple, he'd tell me. Impossible, the girl counters. She mentions a mysterious savior, now trapped in a deep coma, lies to escape punishment. But the servant insists it's true. Shen is seeking legendary cures for her, carrying her away. The Empress smirks. Shen still favors the tragic hero role. She prepares to move, vowing to reclaim Shen herself now. A servant protests, but recoils under the Empress's lethal gaze. Do you dare command your Empress? The power dynamic shifts. The servant begs mercy. The Empress sighs, weighing her options. The Blood River elders grow too powerful in the north. Leaving is impossible. Suddenly, a high general arrives for orders. Find Shen. Deliver my decree. The hunt finally begins. Relax. Kong Yuan is just a location. Yantan finally awakens. Where am I? Shen scowls. You're truly a nuisance, girl. He activates the Celestial Book's cloak, yet she tracks him. The scent lingers. Shen wonders if she possesses beast instincts. Retrieving a charm, she whispers, I have no choice now. This rare treasure is worth locating her target, Shen. Persistence is annoying. Shen crushes the tracking talisman instantly. Yantan finds him. Shen thought his trail was gone. He cannot let her enter the sacred Fud Cave. Do you hate me? Forgive my chaos at Tianshi. Her resolve to protect him was pure. Shen hesitates. Silence reigns. Her life force is fading rapidly now. One final wish remains before her light burns out. Only Shen can fulfill this desperate final plea. Mock me, but I will serve you for free. She pleads for his mercy, offering absolute, pup-like loyalty. She will sacrifice everything. Shen lets out a sigh. He uncloaks. Yantan glows with pure, unadulterated joy. Thank you. I promise no more trouble, master. No need for celestial tricks. She is his now. Shen remains stoic. Yantan senses his silent approval. He will help. Suddenly, a blade pierces her chest. She collapses, blood staining the earth. Everything is blurring. Why did this happen? Shen is equally stunned. Mid-sentence, she fell. The main character senses a threat. A dark presence lurks. This was no mere accident. The Empress manifests before him. Was she behind this? You broke our vow, Shen. Are you retreating now? The Empress pouts. No text? No call? Am I not worth a thought? Our hero deadpans. Not really. And blasts her with pure spiritual energy. Shen realizes this Empress is a fake. Suddenly, she dissolves into a soul. They devour raw emotions, using twisted illusions to rot their victims' minds. The night Shen knows Yantan is trapped. But something about this feels completely wrong. Spirits usually hunt at night. Why is this phantom out in broad daylight? Looking closer, he sees a swarm of spirits possessing the poor girl. Shen forms a divine hand seal, and the ghosts vanish instantly. But she won't wake up. Is her soul already lost to the darkness? Inside the illusion, young Yantan sings, offering her sister a crystal falcon. She turns around, but only a mountain of corpses remains. Pure horror. Yantan sighs. She has always been alone, prey for every greedy hunter. Constantly dodging killers, she wonders how much longer she can keep running. Suddenly, Yantan is confused. Did she miss a survivor? Who is this lady? Relax, kid, the woman smirks. I'm the legendary Swanji sect's top diviner. The Yantan scoffs. Master, huh? Are you ready to give me everything I want? She stabs the woman. Liars like you just want to sell me off. She has seen it all. People using her just to make quick cultivation gold. Once they learned her body could refine elixirs, all morality just vanished. Back in reality, Yantan weeps. Why won't the world just leave me alone? Her strength fades. Her cultivation base is empty. Is this the end? No family, no friends. Just a lonely death for a girl who fought hard. She killed out of survival, yet all she wanted was a normal life. She begs the heavens for mercy, when a voice whispers from behind, why wait for reincarnation? The woman she stabbed is still standing tall. The master smiles. She will transfer her own life force to save Yantan. Tears stream down Yantan's face. I can actually keep living? Count on it, her master replies. A bright future awaits you, kid. Now, the master's gone. Yantan bows. I will save her this time. I just need a sacred body user for some intense dual cultivation therapy. Back in the present, Shen sees the spirits devouring her soul. Time is running out. He has to save her before she's gone. Suddenly, a dozen Empress clones surround him, getting way too touchy-feely. Front or back, hero, they tease. Shen is in a serious thirst trap. He releases a blast of ice magic to freeze these thirsty phantoms. Once she whispers that Yantan likes him. Then, she pins the protagonist down. Girls like to lead, the spirit purrs. Be a good boy and submit. Suddenly, the girl gasps as a heat spreads through her entire body. Shen is grabbing her foot. Ever heard of the pleasure point, Ghosty? With one divine needle, he hits the spot. The Empress is totally flustered. Shen is locking in. Time to ditch the fan service and focus on goals. I must transcend human cravings to reach the peak. Total Chad vibes. The monster drops the act. If she escapes, the world is cooked. The spirit fakes being Yonner to beg for mercy. What a toxic move. How can you be so cruel? She cries. But Shen isn't buying. Keep her name out of your mouth. He remembers her true sacrifice. The real Yonner endured bone poison for a month, without a single tear. She blamed herself while her sisters hid in the dark. Real loyalty. You're just a lust-driven parasite mocking others' memories. He's roasting her. Does stealing lives make you feel high and mighty? Shen is done. One epic smack shatters the illusion. Her true form is finally revealed. With Yantan down, the spirit tries to hijack her body for a restart. But out of nowhere, slash! The spirit gets sliced clean in half. It wasn't Shen. A mysterious sword and a new figure appear. It's the girl the Empress sent, a legend in the making. She uses the immortal kick technique from the Kangguan continent. They swallowed a mystery stone to link their souls to the world. With a blood formation blessing, they can chat and share power instantly. It's the psychic interlude! So you still haven't forgotten her, Shen. Her red spiritual baby is a rare 10,000-year miracle. Flex, why so shy now? Having too much fun with that spirit? Shen turns bright red. Wait, you saw that whole scene? She saw everything. From start to finish, she was watching. Yenair knows too. Looking for meds instead of coming home? Shen is puzzled. He spills the beans about the whole mess. He thought she came to deliver a "don't look at girls" warning. Even if she's overthinking. Why is Yantan still trailing you? Jealous much? Shen explains she's got a secret reason and needs his help. The girl realizes Shen doesn't even see her as a woman. Friend-zoned. He admits he doesn't know how to help her just yet. But when things got wild, she called him master. Spicy. The girl goes quiet, remembering how Yonner always protected her. I'm the top demon now, a killer everyone is afraid of. That's crazy, Shen says. Yantan would be toast if that were true. You're not a bad person. You've just suffered for 100 years. But I'm back now, and you are finally free. Even if the world goes boom, I'll be there for you. Chun turns bright red. The stone-cold killer is finally melting. She can't hide her heart anymore. A new bond is formed. I understand, she whispers. Mission accomplished, Shen. The drama is just heating up. What's the next move? Fate is moving fast. Will they make it back to the city? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for the next epic chapter. The legend of Shen continues, and it is getting wild. With her master guarding her, she needn't worry. Those burdens aren't hers to bear. He ordered a swift return to the city the moment this chaos finally concluded. If you flee again, I'll snap your legs. A terrifying threat from her master. Suddenly, a chilling aura loomed as Yenner claimed forgiveness was finally granted. Back in the city, she'd be his shadow. Meanwhile, Shen checked on Yantan's condition. Yantan remained unconscious, prompting Shen to help. But Chun had other, bolder plans. I'll handle this, she declared, instantly shredding the girl's clothes to check her heart. Shen's face flushed a deep crimson, witnessing Chun positioned atop the poor girl. He was scolded for peeking during a medical exam. It was time to exit. Sensing she was in safe hands, he aimed for his goal, the Fud Cave. Suddenly, a sword whistled past him. The woman wasn't letting him escape so easily. Close your eyes if you're shy, but you aren't leaving my sight, she warned. This was the Empress's direct decree. Shen sighed, eyeing the stubborn, formidable woman. Why was she so difficult? Reluctantly, he stayed and asked about Yantan's recovery. Chun explained that invading spirits were currently ravaging the girl's delicate spiritual fetus. It was a dire situation. A risky solution existed, but the girl must wake. Shen worried this mysterious technique might break her. Was this some forbidden high-level art? Suddenly, he realized Chun had shed her own robes. Talk about dramatic treatment. As she glanced back, he caught her gaze. The atmosphere was becoming incredibly tense. The main character battled his own wandering eyes as time slipped into quiet night. Finally, the treatment ended. Chun announced that the girl would awaken very soon. Shen finally relaxed, but noticed the powerful general looked completely drained of energy. She praised his efforts, yet wondered why he looked so utterly exhausted himself. With a playful smirk, Shen planned to demolish the spirit hideout for hurting Yantan. However, the Empress had already dispatched elite reinforcements. The battle was well covered. He offered her food as thanks, but Chun had been fasting for 3 years. Shen tried every trick to flee, but only succeeded in annoying the stoic warrior. "Stay put," she commanded. But our hero was desperate, claiming he needed a bathroom. She tossed him a stick, telling him to go right there. Shen quickly reconsidered. Chun noted the girl's vitality was low. A temporary fix required a legendary elixir, but hunting rare herbs at night was madness. They needed rest more than medicine. Exhaustion finally took hold. She suggested they sleep, her strength almost entirely depleted. Shen offered to keep watch, but the woman simply collapsed onto the hard ground. He apologized quietly, having struck her pressure point to ensure she actually rested. With the scary lady asleep, Shen finally vanished into the shadows of the forest. But wait, those two were secretly awake? We cut to Yonner brushing her hair. She mused that the main character was truly kind, always protecting the weak. Yet suspicion lingered. She decided to observe from afar, doubting his true intentions. Back to the present. Yantan awoke, seeing the general's iconic silver hair and ears. This was definitely the Empress's top general. She vowed to follow Shen regardless. She prepared to speak, but a sudden breeze revealed a shocking, chilly reality. Her clothes were shredded to bits. Panic surged through her very soul. What on earth did they do to her while she was unconscious? Scandalous. Chun calmly explained the spirit possession, warning the girl not to move a muscle. Horror set in as Yantan remembered her wild actions, all her schemes. Never imagined being a puppet. Safe now, purely thanks to Shen. Chun orders her to stay. Yan wants to find Shen and thank him. Risking his life earned her loyalty. Chun fumes at this sudden bond. She mocks Yan's new friendship. Yan's confused by the toxic vibe. Only trash ignores a debt. Chun demands repayment via her body, since she saved her first. Yan's romantic fantasies instantly shattered. Chun draws her blade. She binds Yan with a powerful restriction spell. Defying the Empress is suicide. You're just a speck against her glory, so stay put and behave. This seal will keep you breathing. Chun wonders why the Empress craves only him. Jealousy starts biting. She recalls their shared history. Emotions start bubbling to the surface. She gets sentimental, then notices that girl is still following her. How did she escape the seal? Was her magic a joke? Yan reveals her secret trick. Chun realized she underestimated this girl. Time for a bigger move. Our hero reaches the Fud Cave, a massive, ancient sanctuary. He remembers his young disciple here. She had found something rare, a spiritual centipede from the depths, only found in holy places. Leanne asks why they need medicine. Shouldn't a master just meditate? Shen smiles at her innocent logic. He asks if she remembers his goal, to build a true sanctuary, a paradise for the forgotten. The little girl nods with hope. That was his dream. Superpowers alone aren't enough for peace. True strength must heal the world. That's his path of mastery. That day, Leanne found the perfect alchemy spot, a gift. She promised to build paradise here. Back to the present. Nostalgia hits hard. Leanne has truly become a legendary leader. He knows those girls are tailing his decoy. Little stalkers. He owes Chun for showing his flaws. But this is annoying. Focus on the mission first. Peace talks can wait for later. Can't let them catch the fake body yet. Back to them. Yan is in a very unique pose. Chun is dying of embarrassment. Shut up and keep quiet, Yan warns. Chun is totally baffled. Did she ditch Shen already? She thought Yan admired the man. Yan was literally worshipping a tree. Chun can't believe her eyes. Some things shouldn't be said aloud. It would scar her soul. Seeing Yan half-dressed, Chun panics. Yan just follows her instincts. I'm going to hell anyway. Let me enjoy this moment. Our hero feels someone gossiping. Is that a wind spirit nearby? They only appear in high mana zones. She did a great job. He enters the cave, but finds horror. A monster is watching. This wasn't the paradise he remembered. Our hero is genuinely puzzled. The beast lunges for his throat. A sudden, vicious sneak attack. He doesn't even blink. One flash, and the monster is divided. He strikes the earth. A hidden chamber reveals its secrets. Had enough watching, Leanne? Her spiritual presence was everywhere. Long time no see. Did I give you a heart attack? However, the hero explains those cave beasts were just mental illusions to help her level up. She admits that of all the trials, Shen was her biggest nightmare. Then, he asks why she's dodging her senior and rocking this ghostly form now. Leanne drops a bombshell. She didn't just leave her shell. She actually died. Fury flares in his eyes. He demands to know who dared kill her. Leanne tells him to breathe. She orchestrated this as a master plan. See, during his absence, vultures swarm the sect, seeking their total ruin. However, following his legendary teachings, she and Yenner ascended their skills to new heights. Together, they crushed the invaders and ended the crisis for good. Finally, with the dust settled, they even gave the sect a fresh name. But Yenner brags about exterminating the pests while waiting for Shen's return. She wondered why she was so eager to run away back then. Honestly, Lu Yen pouts, complaining the rules were too stiff for real fun. Sadly, at that boring pace, she feared she'd turn into a wrinkled grandma soon. The girl grabs Yenner's hand, saying everything is finally under control. Plus, the weight of the sect shouldn't be her burden to carry alone. So, she shouldn't stress, or Leanne might become the master's new #1 favorite. As she departed, a heavy apology hung in the air from her. See, someone had maliciously orchestrated the tragedy that spilled her very soul. And if she ever unmasked the culprit, she vowed to stop them forever. So, she was tired of the pity, wondering if her master truly understood. Truly, in those chaotic eras, they were the only family she ever had. Then, after the battle, she vanished with her spiritual fetus to build Tianshu, while Zhang Kong waited patiently for the legend himself to finally reappear. Now, Shen, you nailed it! Time for a new, upgraded ship sculpture base. See, sacrificing her brain's core was a small price for such hype. Even so, reaching the life and death realm is tougher than she imagined. Actually, our protagonist is stunned. She's out-leveled him, while her body turns divine. Indeed, her cultivation is insane. She's already reached the sculptor deity stage. He wonders if any rival left could actually challenge her power now. Perhaps, is there a foe so strong, even a life and death master fails? She notes he's at the 4th tribulations level. Quite the impressive climb. Still, even with her spiritual fetus, she couldn't break through his hiding. Asking if Shen really thinks our hero would ever lose a fight? Then, Leanne knew he'd bet everything on a total crushing victory for him. Suddenly, she releases a drop of essence, leaving the hero completely baffled. Then, she explains this secret fetus was crafted from the world's finest treasures. Shen is floored. Are you serious? That's in god-tier pill for her. She sacrificed her spiritual fetus just to refine that legendary treasure. Then, the girl giggles. Knowing her master would expect nothing less from her, Shen prepares to leave, telling her to stay put and wait. However, in a flash, bam! A hand pierces right through his chest. Unexpectedly, Leanne smirks. Found your opening. I finally have you now. She starts, chanting a spell, targeting the master's vulnerable spiritual fetus. The main, take that back, he roars. But she just sneers. Tell Yenner I said hi. To Leanne, they weren't just spirits, they were family. Now, they're just stardust. Leanne guarded the Fud Cave alone for ages. He borrowed her luck, never her soul. Shen steps toward the ancient spirit tree. I'll be back, he whispers with resolve. The Celestial Book, a legendary artifact capable of anchoring even the most fragile souls. If he binds her essence now, she won't fade. He remembers her traveling dreams. Why didn't we just walk together? Meanwhile, the girls feel a monstrous aura rising. What is this pressure, they wonder. The air itself trembles around our main man. Boom! Shen's clone detonates. Chun draws her blade as a massive shockwave nears. Seeing Yantan collapsed, Chun freezes. What's wrong? The girl's core is screaming. Her internal core only reacts to sacred vessels. This is her golden opportunity. Chun mocks her. You look pathetic. Did your master forget to finish your training? Yantan wavers, haunted by her master's teachings. She won't let this woman escape. Magic chains bind her. Shen has a sanctified body, a legendary prize for any cultivator. With Shen's body, she could finally refine the ultimate elixir for her dying master. I'll extend his life, whatever it takes. But Chun just shatters the spell. You think your parlor tricks can stop me? Play nice, and I might show mercy. Let me handle Yanner's business, or things will get ugly. Chun warns coldly. But the disrespect is too much. Did her master only teach her how to bark? Shut your mouth! Insult me, but never my master. Yentan unleashes a forbidden seal. Chun looks down to find a complex seal glowing on her chest. Total confusion. It's a rotation lock. Only a master of the life and death realm can break it. Chun realizes she fell for it. You planned this trap from the very start. I never lied, Yantan whispers. A scrappy rogue using every dirty trick to survive. Without a clan, she had to build her own path. A DIY queen of chaos. Did they really think she wouldn't gamble her life for her master's future? She's all in. Sketchy methods? Maybe. But her loyalty is rock solid. Suddenly, the earth shakes. An ancient statue stirs, claiming to be a divine spirit. Yantan's jaw drops. Those spirit beast cores she offered? The statue calls them trash. Pay with your flesh, and I'll spare your soul. It hungers for her loot. Yantan is speechless as the spirit senses her hoard. But then, a voice calls out, "Hey, take a breather. Cue the music, because the king has finally arrived." The protagonist makes a grand entrance, looking cooler than a winter in the north. Yantan stammers, "What are you doing?" Shen doesn't even look her way. "I'm not here for you," he says. "The monster behind you is a memory." Luolo? Seriously, who names these guys? Either way, he's the source of this chaos. The giant Buddha locks eyes with Shen, sensing a life and death realm powerhouse. The ingredients are after him now. Yashen is shook as Shen readies his fist. Bam! He punches the Buddha, a strike meant to end this nightmare forever. The Buddha retaliates. The shockwaves are insane. The ground itself is screaming. Yan can't believe it. This kid is actually bruising a divine projection? Did you hurt Luo? Shen demands. The Buddha answers only with devastating fists. Fine. He'll show them true power. A secret technique is charging in his hands, even if Yashen mastered life and death. This cliffhanger is going to hurt. The true mystery begins. Will his power be enough to shatter fate? Despite his hidden secrets, he's still just mortal. But he finally respects Yashen for scarring his Suddenly, our main character shatters the Buddha's hands, using nothing but his sheer, overwhelming aura. This man is literally a walking cheat code. "Show me your real body," he demands with cold eyes. "Anyone who harms my disciples is already dead." One punch later, and the entire world simply explodes. Amidst the chaos, a dark spirit orb tries to flee, but our hero snatches it from midair. The weakened spirit sneers, recalling how it crushed a similar insect in the ancient past. That first-class cultivator was wrecked so completely that even spiritual recovery became a total impossibility. Honestly, these power levels are getting confusing, but who cares? The monster mocks Yashen's future. It claims he'll end up just as pathetic. Angered, our main character prepares to finish the job. "Those are some pretty big words for a ghost who died in 5 seconds, he retorts. While Yantan watches the carnage in shock, Chun asks why they're letting this enemy walk free. She's under their control, Chun notes. And her past isn't exactly filled with noble deeds, is it? She deserves an interrogation at the very least. Yushen just stares, sensing a deeper, hidden connection. He asks about her link to the great diver, since the Buddha's foul stench has finally vanished. Traces of the diver appear in her soul, and she gasps, wondering how he knows her master. The plot thickens. Chun is stunned, asking if that creepy old man is actually her master's teacher, because the legendary figure standing right in front of them is the Empress's supreme master. Yantan's mind absolutely melts as she realizes she's facing the creator of her own master's sect. This man is the supreme legendary lord himself. Seriously, is there any limit to his hidden identity? She expected a grumpy ancient geezer, but our main character looks incredibly young and handsome. Yashen notes that if the seer gave her life, her remaining years are tied to mortality. Is the Buddha to blame for this too? No. It was a sacrifice to save a fool. Had her master not shared her life force, she would have achieved godhood instead of just escaping. The moment her spiritual energy flickered, she was caught. Then, the Buddha stole her sacred title. He stripped her of the sinister seer name. I told you these power rankings were totally whack. He forced her to predict every single way he could manifest back onto the continent. When her master refused to serve him, the villain used dark binding spells to lock her down. Once the trash got what he wanted, he forced her to gather ancient forbidden refinement pills. Pills aged over 1,000 years. All so he could construct a new physical body for himself. This torture utterly broke her master, leaving the poor man trapped in a state of living death. Stuck in that nightmare, she had no choice but to follow every single one of his twisted orders. He constantly changed the terms of their deal, hurting her master just to keep her obedient. After 500 years of suffering, she only needs one specific Yang body to reach her goal. With that, she'd be free. But the Buddha is a high-tier monster who plays dirty games. He's a next-level being who strikes from the shadows when you least expect it. In a heartbeat, he severed her spiritual connections. And now, she can't even find her master. Hearing the tragic tale, the main character tells her to stop crying. He's got his own moves. Our hero is finally stepping up. Later, Luann Yanner asks why they've taken such a long detour. She wanted to bring Chun back quickly. Yet they've been wandering the south for 3 days. The girl explains that saving her master is a long, exhausting road that requires The cultivator is desperate to save her teacher, but the poor woman is drained and needs rest. She poured her entire life's cultivation into this girl, leaving her own spiritual reserves completely empty. If she tries to use her powers now, her fragile body might just shatter into pieces. Luanna realizes she's hit a wall after burning through her energy. Now, she must go alone. No matter how far the southern border lies, the legendary journey is only just beginning. She'll return in 12 hours with sealing talismans to force the truth. June mentions the main character spoke of a legendary bin-on flower. It blooms on the southern edge, vividly crimson and breathtakingly beautiful. Deep within the treacherous Long Yuan abyss, it awaits a worthy master. It's perfect for her, and even better for wedding decorations. Luann Yanner blushes, wondering if Shen truly said such romantic things. Night falls, and June feels guilty for deceiving her own master. Meanwhile, the Blood River Elder is prowling the Wuji-sex borders. June can't risk more stress. She leaves everything to our genius hero. Our hero reveals his secret. He cracked the enemy's hidden technique. By infusing chi into his projection, he exposed Yantan's hiding spot. June gasps, questioning if this transcends the 5 elements themselves. That state means existing without mind, ego, or worldly desires. On the Kangyuan continent, even legends must shed their mortal shells. He surpassed the elements because someone dared to bet against fate. He realized chi can reach enlightenment even within the death class. Don't sweat it, Shen smirks. Suddenly, a yellow glow erupts. A golden thread of pure energy begins leaking from Shun's body. Yantan's soul reacts identically. Okay, this is getting weird, right? Job done. Our hero explains that all chi follows elemental laws. He rewrote her energy flow, forcing a chaotic internal clash. Once the flow stops, the elements return to their peaceful state. They're floored. This kid is literally rewriting the laws of nature. Yantan struggles to recover, refusing to be outshone by a junior. No time for shock. We must move before Master suffers any more. She offers to lead, but our protagonist halts her immediately. Wait, he says coolly. There is something far more important first. Minutes later, they find a sacred grove housing the White Buddha. The spirit scoffs, claiming Shen's little tricks won't save him today. To save her master, Yantan must cultivate endlessly with that brat. Even then, the Buddha sneers, you only delay her inevitable doom. Suddenly, a twig snaps. Wait, the protagonist is already there? Our hero starts roasting him. Man, your spirit breath stinks. The Buddha is shook. How is a first tribulation brat this fast? Closing in, Shen asks why he's acting like such a hermit. Joining my squad is way better than being a dusty spirit. Yane shrugs. I've actually given this a lot of thought. Better to settle a grudge than to make a brand new enemy. Plus, I need a disciple. Bow 3 times and you're in. The spirit explodes in rage, charging at our main man. But our MC is built different, dodging like a graceful butterfly. The monster roars. I've changed my mind. I'm swallowing you whole. Look at the size of that trap. This guy's all mouth. Our hero just sighs, wondering if the girls are doing okay. Let's rewind a bit to see what Yantan is up to. She asks what matters more than her master. Our hero replies bluntly, the Buddha is hunting that longevity elixir, so he's definitely lurking nearby. If the girl finds it, the big guy scores too, respawning like a boss. Terrified, Shen asks for a plan, and Yeshin suggests a classic, chaotic distraction. Reaching the site, they split up. 2 squads, 1 goal, 0 room for error. The girls will rescue the master while he handles the golden big guy alone. Honestly, they're in more danger. He messed with their inner mana flows. No magic allowed. Their energy is blocked, making them literal sitting ducks. The only variable is time. How fast can they save her master now? Yanten sighs, realizing their survival is basically a massive, high-stakes gamble. Still, she's determined. She'll save her master from the brink of the abyss. Shan stares in awe. Yeshin nods. The stage is finally set for chaos. He hands over a signal. Blow this up to end the fight, and victory! He'll join them later. Soon, the duo is trudging through nasty, thick mud. Shan is shocked. A simple talisman is glowing like a holy 5-star item. Are they lost? The place beyond the elements was a pure white void before. The girl knows better. She's walked these wretched muddy paths 1,000 times. That white land? Total fake. Just a fancy illusion created by the beast. It's no different from this puddle. Suddenly, she spots something truly nightmarish ahead. Right in front of her, a massive, unblinking eye. Talk about creepy. This is Tong Tian, the Buddha's personal watchdog. One look, and you are toast. Get within 15 feet, and you are deleted. No respawns for you today, pal. Terrifying, right? Even worse, her master is trapped right behind that ocular monster. Shan realizes this thing has a killer field of vision. Pure stealth is impossible. Without magic, she must rely on speed to blitz this oversized, creepy eyeball. But a direct attack might alert the Buddha. They need a miracle right now. Suddenly, Yantan starts the countdown. They bolt forward like a pair of lightning bolts. The girl reveals the secret. Every 30 breaths, the giant eye takes a nap. How did she learn that? There is a door ahead, their only ticket inside. Rules are simple. Close your eyes or go blind. Classic high-stakes Manhwa mechanics. Shan watches her, wondering how she survives dodging these lethal traps every day. Could she stay this confident? The girl draws her sword and shatters the seal. Finally, her master appears. The girl gets emotional, seeing the finish line nearby. The Buddha is arrogant, thinking no one could survive his maze. He is open. Just cut the chains and they are home free. But wait, Shan notices a trap. The master smells of death. It is the soul-breaking thread, a truly sinister curse. This thread binds her soul. If it snaps, the master's body dies instantly. Yantin remembers their precious memories. This poor girl is going through it today. Falling in despair, she cries out. Is saving her master actually an impossible task? But Shan isn't having it. Stop whining, she says. Our main guy planned this. It's a spiritual parasite that's impossible to outsmart. It bonds to the soul, and if that thread snaps, the host's life is game over. Instant death. Yantin's heart shatters as she remembers her master's kindness. Poor girl. Collapsing in total despair, she cries out, Is there no way to save her? Shan just scoffs. Don't be ridiculous. Our overpowered protagonist won't allow that. The duo reunites, and he tosses a legendary resurrection stone. Shen knew about this hidden trump card all along. These soul-breaking threads only respond to their master's command. Simply bind your hair to the amulet, and it's set. Meanwhile, the Buddha senses the terrifying tide finally turning. Our hero mocks the spirit's hesitation with a heavy blow. Ignorant fool! In this domain, you are absolutely nothing. It transforms into a 3-headed beast and charges blindly. What have you done? Yashen's icy grin says it all. Don't ask that. Ask how I am about to dismantle you. The monster bristles, boasting of its immense divine yang energy. It lunges to devour him, but its jaws suddenly stall. The spirit is baffled. Why can it not bite down? Yashen just laughs. Is this meant to be a massage? Weak as a bug. He strikes back with heavenly force. The battered beast gasps at his invincible, divine body. Jealous? Chill out. The real nightmare is just starting now. He launches a blast, leaving the Buddha completely bewildered. You wanted a physical body? Well, here it is, monster. Reality shatters as he reshapes the spirit with his hands. Terror strikes. It tries to flee his overwhelming, crushing aura. He warns that destiny has not finished its business yet. Seizing an arm, he asks if it is finally satisfied. No more games, kid. It is time for some surgery. Your form is hideous. Let me fix those many flaws. Our hero slices the creature into a pathetic, mangled stump. The once mighty spirit is now just a broken, miserable wreck. Much better. The spirit still stubbornly refuses to accept defeat. It pulls a thread, desperately trying to summon a savior. But only a pathetic, useless blue jewel pops out instead. Our hero roars with laughter at its truly miserable state. The spirit heals, wondering if this was all his doing. Yushen's scroll heals it just to continue the savage beatdown. Yanton and Chun arrive to witness the absolute chaotic carnage. That legendary spirit now looks like a shriveled, broken root. Her master is safe now, thanks to Chun's timely assistance. Is it alive? Death would be a mercy for it. It dared touch her master. It deserves no eternal soul. Our hero smirks. Oh, I have something even worse planned. A forbidden technique traps it in a cycle of eternal agony. Yanton is impressed by her master's cold-blooded, epic ruthlessness. Chun knows the Buddha is now doomed for all eternity. This entire sequence was orchestrated by our hero's brilliant mind. This is why he is the undisputed strongest under heaven. June gives the signal to finally lower the lady down. Yanton's voice trembles. Is master really fading? June nods, his expression truly grim. Only the Buddha's chi keeps her shell intact within this void beyond elements. But that holy energy is flickering out, forcing a desperate race against time. He must stabilize her meridians before the divine spark disappears forever. Yantan pales. Her master remains unconscious, because her internal sea has completely run dry. Without that shield, her heart is vulnerable, fragile as a winter leaf. Their mismatched energies mean he can only offer a temporary, fragile lifeline. Returning home to find a cure is their only hope. Yanton turns solemn. Our souls share the same frequency, she whispers, offering her own life force. Transferring her core would be suicide. June's jaw drops at her insane resolve. I've long accepted my fate, she smiles sadly. Her yin reserves were immense. Cursed as the supreme yin furnace, she was once just a cultivation tool. Monsters only wanted her for power. A tragic destiny of being used. Greed fueled every hand reaching for her, until she found someone worth saving. Protecting her master is her ultimate purpose, a glorious end to her suffering. This sacrifice breaks June's heart. But then, a blinding radiance erupts from her. She shines like a dying star, making one final, heart-wrenching request for later. Tell her I've gone traveling to become the world's strongest cultivator, she jokes. A white lie to ensure her master wakes up smiling, without any guilt. Her eyes flutter shut as the light fades. Yet, the expected doesn't happen. The transfer is complete, yet her physical form remains surprisingly intact. Such a swap usually kills, June smirks. But my expertise prevents death today. She'll live, though her cultivation is shattered, her inner core now powerless. Her path as a warrior ends here. Suddenly, she pulls June into a hug. Losing her power is nothing compared to her master's safety. She's content. Our flustered hero stammers. Hey, a simple thanks would have worked, Shen observes, realizing Yushen's cold exterior hides a truly noble, heroic heart. Victory is achieved, yet Yushen remains lost in thought, staring into space. He grips the mysterious stone tightly before they return to the palace. Back at the castle, Luann Yanner demands a full report on their chaos. Our boy returned having survived a life-and-death realm tribulation. Absolute madness. Not only that, but he's brought home another beautiful lady. He's in trouble. One wrong word, and the Empress will deliver a punishment he'll never forget. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that kind of punishment. Meanwhile, the recovery begins. Shen reassures them. The Empress summoned the finest healers from the great sect. The girl sighs, feeling guilty for all the havoc they've endured for her. Where are Shen and the Empress? I must offer my deepest gratitude, she asks. The general sweats, knowing exactly what those two are currently busy doing. He pivots quickly, distracting her with food while those two interrogate each other. They're occupied with royal business, if you know what I mean. Currently, our hero is pinned to the bed by a very thirsty Empress. She's literally bound him in place, whispering about his private interrogation session. He's blindfolded and helpless. He realizes his disciple has totally lost it. Escaping isn't an option. He might as well enjoy this ruthless treatment. Luan Yanner pulls out the Silk of Truth, demanding a confession. This Wuji sect relic is usually for breaking hardened criminals. Infused with spiritual energy, it links their souls and senses. If someone speaks truth, the other feels massive stinging pain. Yasha, this is a disaster! Suddenly, she pounces on our dense hero. She demands the truth about his life and death tribulation. But the silk is cold. A lie! He is totally faking! Yet she would gladly suffer just to feel his honest heart. Yashen shivers. This girl is dangerously serious about this. As her master, he refuses to let her feel pain. Luan, is it because she is a rival sect master? He hesitates. He claims it was just duty to his squad members. A master must never mix mission with messy emotions, right? Still, she suspects he actually fell for that gorgeous rival cultivator. Did he bring her home because he caught the feels? He tries to deflect, but suddenly the silk stings her. The truth hurts. She is thrilled, while I am just lost. Shen feels the sting. She's being totally real. I get it now. Pain equals truth in this crazy world. How wild! But why is she happy he likes her? Our hero is still clueless about her obvious crush. Typical. Now for the final boss question. The ultimate trap. Master, will you spend the night with me? She asks. Shen stands there, brain dead and buffering like usual. She snaps. Quit playing coy! It is not that complicated, dummy. He is sweating bullets as she asks. Am I not beautiful? He stammers that she is gorgeous, but the silk reacts. She feels his desire. Accept me, or I will hunt you. She is determined to drag the truth out of him. Our boy keeps dodging like a legendary rank ninja. She takes silence as a yes. Then, boom! Massive explosion. Amidst the smoke, a creepy ragdoll appears where he stood. A substitution technique? Our master pulled a classic vanish. Shen flees, screaming that masters cannot have improper thoughts. He is terrified of his own rising spiritual and physical energy. She realizes he ran because things were getting too spicy. Later, Shen seeks peace under a freezing mountain waterfall. He is desperately trying to cool down his inner fire. He is fired up, but must remain the cool master. Every time he tries to relax, his cultivation feels totally stagnant and useless. It's getting ridiculous. Plus, Leanne isn't that innocent little girl he once knew. Back then, her heart was pure. She was a follower, never a fighter. She just trailed her sisters. Remember years ago when the squad was doomed? He was a demon on the front lines, while she guarded the rear silently. She kept the home front steady. Her only dream? Total family peace. She treated the squad like real kin. But if they're family, why do this? This path she's choosing. It makes no sense to face her like this. Suddenly, a voice mocks him. Is our master really this dense? Does he truly know nothing? Luluo manifests, looking better than ever. She's back from the brink because he nurtured her soul with care. Yen recalls sealing his cultivation inside that jade during the Buddha War. Since his current body can't handle it, he'll drip feed it back to her. A slow power transfer. But the spirit girl has more pressing questions. She demands the truth. Is he blind to Luan Yanner's obvious feelings? Or is he just dodging her because his heart is a cold stone? If she's a no-go, why not check out Luluo instead? How bold. She even starts talking in the third person. This spirit is thirsty. Our dense hero is confused. She suggests he chill with her instead. Who needs an older sister when you have a top-tier spirit girl? She's got moves, too. Yen just sighs and gives her a head pat. She pouts. Is he playing the innocent master card again? So annoying. Don't underestimate a spirit. She points out the glaring truth about Yanner. He treats Luluo like a child, which means Yanner is the woman. Yushan panics. She's just his senior and his favorite disciple, right? Right? Labels don't mean squat to Luluo. Love is love, master. Maybe big sisters just aren't his type. So, what's his flavor then? He tells her to cut the crap, and poof, she vanishes instantly. Yanner walks in, suspicious. Yushan fumbles his words like a total rookie. He makes a lame excuse. She just giggles, teasing his wandering mind. Men's souls are just built different. Yushan stares blankly at her. She asks what's on his mind. He realizes she's the only one who appreciates his crazy ideas. He wants to say more, but Yanner cuts him off. He's exhausted. You've been traveling too long, master. You need a deep soak. Next thing he knows, he's in the tub. Suddenly, she's at the door. He's losing his mind. She told him to rest, not join him. He expected a nap or a snack, not a bathhouse ambush. This water is jade dew, the continent's ultimate holy liquid. It kills fatigue, fortifies bones, and skyrockets your cultivation levels. Since he broke through his limits, he needs to stabilize his chi. Am I wrong, master? He admits this is exactly what he needed. Fine, it's perfect. But I can handle the scrubbing myself, thanks. He wants privacy. But she just grins and lunges at him. She pounces. Does age even matter since I'm yours? My dear disciple, soaking isn't enough. She's pushing for a legendary power-up tonight. She wants his chi flowing while he recharges in this steaming heavenly bath. He should just relax and let her take charge. Suddenly, Luo crashes the party again. A sudden shove sends our hero flying. Naturally, He lands on something very soft.
Yeah, talk about soft textures.
Meanwhile, June's about to lose her mind watching this. Yanton holds her back, though June's panicking over this scandalous premarital skinship. The reputations are on the line. But Yantan plays it cool, like a pro. She claims it's their business, and besides, Yashin's clearly a total gentleman, right? She even thanks her for the invite. This spicy drama is better than TV. But what's the verdict? Chun's looking like she just swallowed a lemon. Yanton realizes Yanner is precious to her, making this voyeurism feel super awkward. Watching such a private scene is intense. She admits that things just got complicated. Anyone else would be fine. But seeing Yanner in this situation, that's different. They need the perfect moment to kill the mood. Suddenly, the two see everything. June bursts in before things get too hot. Stop right there! What's this racket? Yanten starts sweating. Wait, where's that innocent love? Why are we in a bathroom? Honestly, doing this in a tub? They're going to catch a nasty cold. Or worse. Turns out, she's not just a lucky guesser. She was actually a half-doctor once. She's seen many women fall ill from such reckless bathroom activities over the years, especially for those in their late 20s. Plus, Yenner has a fragile sacred body. It's built for power, but one wrong move and she'll be seriously injured. Who knows what weird habits they have. Anyway, time for some girl-to-girl real talk. As fellow sisters, they must protect the Empress's health and her reputation. What a total BS excuse. Surprisingly, the girl actually falls for it completely. While observing the carnage, they suddenly find themselves tumbling into the hallway. Wait, the hall is empty? Everyone vanished into thin air. But guess who's lurking? Yanner was hiding the whole time. Escaping that awkward mess was a real challenge. She totally forgot to cast a privacy barrier while soaking in the tub. Luckily, her invisibility spell kicked in just in time to save her dignity. Now they can resume their training. Meanwhile, our main character looks totally lost. The kid ran off again. Seriously, this guy misses every single golden opportunity. Classic dense MC behavior. Later, at the bustling Ruji marketplace, it's packed with people. Our hero is just strolling along when Luo begs for some sweet crystallized lollipops. Yen shuts her down. You don't even have a physical body to eat those. No candy for you. Besides, he still hasn't forgiven her for that accidental shove. She claims it was just a tiny nudge to help his love life blossom. Our hero snaps back, telling the brat to stay out of grown-up business. Luo scoffs. We've been isolated for ages. Sis and I aren't little kids anymore. Besides, since those two are clearly in love, who cares if people watch? Public displays of affection? This chaotic energy is way too much for him. Yen just tunes out the noise, but then spots two girls looking totally trashed. They're in bad shape. A pink-haired girl begs him to save her big sister. Wait a minute, that face looks familiar. Our hero suddenly has a massive realization. It's the OG girls from the very first chapter. Talk about a plot twist. He brings them home, diagnosing the sister with a severe internal elixir imbalance. Exhaustion vanished as he infused her with pure mana. She bowed in deep gratitude. Without his legendary intervention, her big sister would have been totally toast. Suddenly, a chill spikes the air. Yen senses a sinister, pulsating magical aura. Those cursed seals are vibrating with dark energy. He demands the cold truth. Cornered, she spills the beans and begs our overpowered protagonist to take a look. His eyes widen. That is the Blood River cult's crest. He annihilated them 100 years ago. He frowns, wondering if these girls actually volunteered to wear that demonic brand. As if, she retorts. They belong to the prestigious flower sect, loyal to the core. They swore on their ancestors' graves to never betray their righteous path. Luo's eyebrows twitch in suspicion. Could these two be clever little enemy spies? Yane shakes his head. Spies wouldn't parade their faces in public like this. Usually, flower sect disciples need a master's token to travel between different territories. She explains they were on a holy mission to find rare medicinal herbs. Their journey took them across the continent toward the dangerous Central Plains. While passing through the Wuji sect, fate allowed them to save him just in time. That is when they stumbled upon the horrific Blood River cult's hidden camp. They were branding everyone with those marks, and they did not even spare the children. The sisters tried to play hero and hide the villagers, but they got caught. In that desperate moment, her sister burned her own life force to shield her. To her horror, her sister had already been branded with the Blood River mark. With her low cultivation, her only hope was seeking sanctuary with the Empress. Yishan tells her to chin up. Everyone needs a legendary carry sometimes. But tears well up as she reveals the seal appeared on her body last night. That mark is a parasitic tether created by the cult leader himself. It turns followers into living batteries, sucking their spiritual power dry to empower him. The only way to break the curse is to delete the caster from existence. Yikes! Talk about a toxic workplace environment. Things are getting seriously messy. She fears that when the next full moon rises, the curse will consume them. Last time, it was just energy. But next time, their souls are on the menu. She promises to pay him back in her next life. Talk about long-term debt. Wait, reincarnation is real here? Our minds are officially blown right now. Luo, being the ultimate mood killer, sighs that she has heard this cliché story before. Suddenly, Yishan blurs into motion. He is zooming through the city like a rocket. Is he really going to 1 versus 1 the Red Cloak boss? Absolute madman. He remembers the Blood River Elder from the Great War. Pure, unadulterated evil. He is 90% sure he killed that guy already. Talk about a persistent cockroach. Luo just shrugs. I got killed once too. But look at me now. Life happens. Gazing into the celestial book, she wonders if marching toward war is actually wise. Shen retorts that being a cultivator isn't a free pass to ignore the world's pain. After hearing the Blood River cult's atrocities against that village, he can't just sit idly. He won't just watch. Luo sighs, realizing he's completely misunderstood her point. What do you mean? He asks. She explains it's about his sister's territory. If those rumors are true, Luan definitely knows. Shen realizes the situation is dire. She's right, he admits. Luan Yani's righteous heart would never tolerate such blatant evil. Luo suggests his sister has her reasons. No more talk. It's time for action. Discussing what needs doing is secondary to having a serious chat with his big sis.
She's likely waiting for him already.
Hearing this, Shen falls into a contemplative silence. He decides to head back, though he's clueless on how to actually face her. Hours later, our hero returns. He knocks, and suddenly, boom! A massive explosion rocks the air. Luan Yang senses his arrival instantly. After a quick bath, the hero is absolutely famished. He plans on whipping up some grub. Shen realizes his anxiety was just pointless worrying. He was terrified of facing her. But it's fine. Plus, during their previous battle, Yain swapped consciousness with June and never actually left the city to pursue him. Something massive within the sect must be stopping her. A hidden, dangerous secret, perhaps? Luan has likely found clues about this blood cult already. Soon, the hero tries asking, but she tells him to zip it. She already knows exactly what he's thinking. A sudden flashback triggers. Luan recalls her master saying he'd leave. And he did. Now that the villains are gone, only good times should remain, right? Still, she wonders why she couldn't just stay by his side. He left her hanging. Poor kid. When our hero went into isolation, he spent every day cleaning the cliffs. He hoped to reunite with the sect, but over a month has already passed. That Blood River ancestor he defeated? The dude reappeared and used dark magic. He slapped a cursed seal on her. Even as a cultivator, she couldn't stop him. She saw he carried a skull etched with a Blood River seal. Major bad vibes. This was definitely not normal. She waited for the perfect moment to break it. She tried using her magic, but the villain defended himself and vanished into thin air. Shen ponders. According to her, this skull is the secret to the ancestor's survival. It might be a sacred cult relic. Luan says the Blood River ancestor was hiding. Rebirthing the sect was his top priority, so he sent out spies on secret missions. Shen realizes that a storm of chaos is definitely brewing within the Wuji sect. How'd you figure that out? She asks. Shen smirks at his own sharp intuition. In that guy's eyes, you're just a student. He could have killed you easily. Instead, he was plotting something shady. Since he's mooching off the chaos, things get crazy. The crazier it gets, the better for him. He's likely letting followers loose now. That's not all, she warns. Over the last decade, that sect dude resurfaced. He's leveled up big time, nearly reaching the life and death realm. Terrifying. Among these summons, there's buzz about a mysterious, innocent death in the sect. Especially after that mess at the Wuji sect. He's already checked everything. This mark is a perfect match for that cursed Blood River seal from the Crimson Cave. Fearing his own weakness, the villain schemed by distributing spiritual medicines to the unsuspecting masses. However, drunk on power, these new elites saw through the ruse and began terrorizing innocent citizens. Witnessing this, our hero takes the maiden's hand. truly empathizing with her deep-seated pain. That Blood River ancestor is a complete coward who avoids any semblance of a fair fight. If he chooses to vanish, he becomes a ghost. Striking blindly now only invites total disaster. Purging the moment Leanne Yanner falters, that predator will leap from the darkness to devour everyone. Yet, if she remains fixated on the vanguard, his twisted legion will only continue to grow. Reckless, there is no reason to panic. A winning strategy against that monster is already in motion. The objective is simple: capture the ringleader and his lackeys. Leanne Yanner dismissed them as insignificant. They are lightweights. Now that their minds are aligned, a newfound sense of calm prevails, Shen mused. If fate hadn't led me to these flower sisters, things would be harder. Establishing this level of trust would have taken ages. He insisted she report any future developments, but suddenly her mood shifted. She sharply questioned his suspicious knowledge of those cursed seals. How do you know their names? She pouted, suspecting he was secretly close with those women. Shen quickly panicked. You have it all wrong. It was just a massive misunderstanding. We only crossed blades once. I haven't seen them since my solitary cultivation training ended. Her suspicion melted away as she asked if he was serious. He maintained his legendary poker face. Of course, he replied. Leanne relented, demanding no more secrets between them from now on. Shen sighed. He thought she was maturing, but her jealousy proved she was still playful. Despite her growing wisdom, her childish streak remained as unpredictable as a summer storm. Moving on, he inquired about her next move, ready to alert the Grand Sect Master. With a devious grin, she asked, They want chaos, don't they? Her eyes sparkled with mischief. Then I will give them exactly what they desire. Leanne Yanner whispered her master plan. Hours later, deep within a secluded cavern, a group of hooded figures gathered in prayer. They hailed the great ancestor as a literal god, mocking the Wuji sect's supposed strength. That Wuji woman wouldn't dare challenge us, they boasted. Suddenly, boom! The entrance exploded. A cultist collapsed instantly. One figure suggested taking the prisoner back to the sect as a trophy. Why choose violence when we could be brothers? He joked. But the swordsman wasn't amused. Too much hassle, he replied coldly. 5 years ago, the North fell to the Blood River. The ancestors' influence spread like a plague across the continent, destabilizing every major power. Yet, even he trembled before the Empress's overwhelming military might. A stalemate was born. Despite his victories, the cult dared not cross the Empress's formidable Iron Legion. Peace hung by a single thread, until a torrential downpour changed everything forever. Amidst the storm, a sudden massacre began. A mysterious assassin appeared from the shadows. Not only did he infiltrate the ancestors' secret lair, but he did so with ease. He obliterated the entire elite guard with terrifying precision, like a phantom dancing through the rain. While piling up bodies, the youth casually claimed he was just a simple traveling vendor. A vendor of death and destruction. The hooded man asked why he had been so reckless. You went completely berserk, he laughed. Even if cleanup was easy, the aftermath was messy. That poor target's face looked like it had been through a meat grinder 3 times over. The swordsman remained stoic, while his companion continued gossiping about the bloody past. A mole within the Wuji sect leaks the Empress's secret heaven and earth ritual plans. This ceremony devours elite souls to grant her ultimate power. But there is a catch. One tiny mistake, and it is game over. Forget leveling up. They face total extinction. Empress Leanne Yanner is ready to wipe the slate clean and settle every old grudge. A classic move from the deadliest woman around, though she is rushing the process. With the stage set, she desperately needs backup to march into the capital city. He unfurls a mysterious scroll, and boom! We shift directly inside the Wuji sect's walls. The hooded man gloats, I told you so, as the Empress's elite squads take positions. Every path to the palace is heavily guarded. However, she missed one crucial detail. A secret tunnel from 5 years ago remains open, leading straight into the inner sanctum. Talk about sneaky. They can enjoy the show, but this kid is acting quite strange. The brat talks way too much. Meanwhile, Leanne Yanner prepares for her big moment. Her subordinates ask if she is ready to move. Every cultivator is now armed. The time for the ritual has arrived. Honestly, nothing good ever comes from this. The citizens gather in the streets. A confused kid asks why they aren't sleeping. An elder explains the Empress summoned them. She is working herself like a literal zombie. The Empress is a total workaholic zombie. Is she even her own fan? They should pray for her success and happiness. Keep those fingers crossed, everyone. Suddenly, a shadow flickers on the roof. The hooded guy sees the altar ready. Civilians chant blessings as Luan Yanner commits fully to the heaven and earth ritual. She is diving headfirst into the ceremony, unconcerned about any nearby sacred artifacts. He initially assumed she had a brilliant strategy, but he was stressing over nothing. He asks the kid for his opinion, but poof, the little brat has vanished. It doesn't matter. Once he captures Luan Yanner, he will control this entire transformation. Suddenly, her eyes flare redder than a tomato. Something dark is happening here. Everyone panics, trying to understand why mysterious marks are spreading across her body. Seizing the moment, the dry-faced villain declares that Luan's mind now belongs to him. Guards try to intervene, but they are instantly branded by the same cursed marks. He commands Luan Yanner to brand everyone with the dreaded Blood River seal. Instead, she just collapses. The hooded man stands there, completely baffled by this. Her energy is fading fast. Did the heaven and earth ritual just totally flop? Yet, he definitely felt life and death realm vibes when he marked her. Suddenly, bam! Our hero arrives and delivers a massive punch right to his face. Looking at the villain's wrecked face, he remarks, "It has been ages, old friend." He is still the same old opportunist. I hope you catch my drift. The guy starts shaking, claiming he has hunted for our hero for 100 years. He was sure nothing remained of his soul. There is no way he is alive. Suddenly, a voice asks, "Is it truly impossible?" And Luanner makes her grand entrance. Our hero asks if she is okay. She replies, "With Master here, I am invincible." But I cannot say the same for that guy. The Bloodsect member is stunned. A divine sculpture artist cannot create a puppet with life and death realm energy unless he achieved an epic breakthrough that defies all known laws of cultivation. Our hero just scoffs. You never change, do you? Looking at the situation, the Blood River troops marching weren't his doing. This means he has other plans. If so, he is plotting something else entirely. Talk about a bold, dangerous move. Striking the Wuji sect's heart is his best move. With Luan Yanner at the borders, he's definitely playing a dirty game. He's betting she'll have zero backup during the ritual preparations. His instincts were dead on. A bit more caution, and he might have won. But the goal was a knockout. What a cunning fox. But before he could strike, he blew his cover with those flashy spells. For a guy like him, showing his hand means he's 100% certain of victory. Basically, he's got legendary backing. The withered-faced dude just bursts out, laughing, asking if he's still stuck in the past. A century ago, he was cornered. Yet he's managed to survive until this very moment. Now, he reveals his trump card, a terrifying skull. He warns that if he falls, the deal is off. He summoned the King of Assassins. An ambush targets Luanir, but our mysterious hero was ready to save the day. He can't believe it. It's his second disciple, Shuluo. Yashan gasps, questioning if it's really her. The atmosphere turns cold. She retreats, eyes burning with intent. The hooded maniac won't stop cackling, mocking the hero's threats. Did he see this betrayal coming at all? Chaos erupts, and boom! A massive explosion shakes the entire heavens. The hero is on edge as Shuluo charges him with killing intent. Luan Yanner screams for her to chill, but the girl just swings. It grazes Luanner. Then the girl asks why she's living a lie. Suddenly, the hero teleports behind her. The enemy is sweating bullets now. Another blast rocks the place. Luan blocks the girl with 2 fingers. We're from the same school, he says. Family shouldn't fight big sisters. The girl snarls that they are definitely cut from the same cloth. Retreating, she promises to test her blade, raining strikes upon Yashan while Luanner just begs them to end this absolute madness right now. In truth, she's the one conflicted, fighting her master. Why the doubt? Shuluo charges Luan Yanner again, vowing to end their ties forever, delivering a devastating blow that could shatter mountains to pieces. Fast as lightning, the hero shields the girl from the impact. That mirror was my gift, he says. It's how you dodge so well. He gave her that treasure years ago. Will she betray the sect? The hero's fury is finally reaching a boiling point. The girl freezes, claiming he isn't her master. Yashan sighs. They're back at square one. She's stunned by his godlike speed. Another explosion tears the air. Amidst the rubble, Shuluo demands to know why she's being held back. Luan Yanner insists their master lives. He's only in hiding for now. No need to buy these lies. But moving toward her sister, she screams it's a lie. She saw the corpse with her eyes. The one behind the slaughter? The Honorable Celestial Conqueror. The name sends a chill down her spine, but vengeance is key. She'll avenge her master alone. Leanne looks to the hero, hoping to talk sense into her. Suddenly, the curse mark flares up. Elsewhere in the city, Shadowy whispers a secret to her sister. Since her wounds remain unhealed, scouting is her only duty. Yet Changer scoffs, claiming he was far too lenient, before she discarded their ancestral wisdom. He demands if she leaked the mission to that brat. Xiao vehemently denies it. After all, she must find the Celestial Tome's master, or the 100 Flowers sect is history. Total annihilation is on the menu. Suddenly, a strange pulse rocks the city. Xiao's instincts scream as her cursed mark flares up. It is not just her. The entire capital feels the spirit energy lagging like a broken system. Meanwhile, our protagonist is 1 versus 2. The hooded villain lunges at the girl, annoyed by her tardiness. That Blood River seal is supercharging Yanner's cultivation. He has officially broken through to the life and death realm. Talk about being a final boss. As long as that seal holds, he is invincible. Xiao aims for the ancient sky yin seal before Yanner can snatch it first. But let's be real. She's playing in a league far above her pay grade. Out of nowhere, our hero delivers a legendary kick. The villain is livid. He screams that he is unbeatable, ignoring that he failed a century ago. Even with life and death realm power, he cannot touch our protagonist's shadow. The gap in their strength is simply embarrassing. The villain is desperate now. Fueled by pure delusion, he raises the skull, claiming it is his ascension. Our hero just smirks. Where did all this sudden courage come from, Shrimp? It seems he's relying on some low-tier spirit artifacts. The villain freezes. He cannot believe his precious seal just shattered like cheap glass. Then, Shen summons a dragon. The artifact is actually obeying our hero's command. In a blink, he pins the villain down. I have questions, peasant. An item always recognizes its creator. Look closely at what he is holding. Suddenly, the skull's power evaporates, and the city's marks begin to vanish. The nightmare is ending. Meanwhile, our protagonist casually holds Leanne aloft. The hooded man is losing his mind. One word from Shen silenced, the sacred item's divinity. He wonders why this man is a living legend. Could he be the legendary ancestral spirit itself? The mystery deepens further. Shen just sighs. I have eternity to wait. Talk or suffer. Since he is feeling generous, the villain better choose his next words wisely. The ancient creature bows in submission. Our hero is barely even impressed. Suddenly, news arrives. Shu Luo's sister is in deep trouble. He rushes forward, ready to throw hands. Our hero gives her a small grace period. She has exactly 3 days to return to the sect and explain herself. She vanishes into the shadows, only to collapse from exhaustion moments later. Surviving 2 high-level bosses is no small feat. Her grit is truly insane. Even the desperate Assassin King is struggling to keep pace with her trail. Hilariously, he is gasping for air. I recovered the skull. Talk now? Xiao glares. If that truly is the skull of the great Shen, then the Wuji sect must have spent centuries plotting to steal it. Has she forgotten her master's final decree? Failure is not an option. She demands bloody retribution. Since Shu Luo is his favorite, he entrusted her. Do you really trust that imposter who chased you? That is Leanne's deception. This Assassin King is as fraudulent as a kind-hearted Empress. But wait, she shields her brother, swearing his innocence. But the bandaged menace isn't listening. Suddenly, heaven's lightning strikes. This wild power only surges when she's totally drained. That brawl emptied her tank, but she won't feel the pain for long. Why? Because that nasty seal is about to scrub her memory clean forever. Even if that Blood River ancestor is a total flop, he still managed one trick. Too bad there's no time for a victory lap. The Empress is still out cold. Better hustle to the docks. Meanwhile, over at the Wuji sect, it's absolute chaos. Leanne is still playing Sleeping Beauty, and the situation is getting seriously desperate. Chinger is panicking. The Great Celestial gave her a mission. Deliver the sacred goods. Give the books to the celestial owner? Not while her sister is snoring away. Suddenly, the main man arrives, and boy, is he looking absolutely livid. The girls are freaking out. Then Yoshin strolls in, and Luo finally understands. It's poison, she cries. Even with the cursed seals gone, Yanner's still unconscious. He brought her back, but she's still trapped in a never-ending nightmare. It's been ages, and he still has no clue when they brewed this cocktail. Luolo suspects it's some ancient forbidden alchemy. Could it be the infamous death seal? A lethal curse slapped on cultivators that turns their own power into a limiter. If the host keeps weakening, they literally can't handle their own spiritual energy anymore. The Blood River seal was just a smokescreen to sneak in that deadly toxin. Turns out, the entire Blood River sect was just a disposable pawn in this mess. Shulo's lost in the sauce, while Luolo is fuming at her sister's betrayal. The truth drops in 3 days, but right now, we need to save Luaner. This poison is currently turning her blood vessels into a total disaster zone. Luolo asks Yushan if he's got a plan. He knows he can't miss. He could use the 5 paths reversal, but there's a massive catch. With that seal sucking up energy, one slip-up could accidentally delete her soul. Without warning, our hero rips his shirt off. Wait, what is even happening right now? Luolo's face is beet red, wondering if this is some spicy dual cultivation move, but he's serious. He's going to force the seal to migrate into his own body. Just then, Chinger pops back in. Yashin asks why they aren't resting yet. She warns that clearing the Empress's poison could lead to a massive energy explosion. The 100 Flowers crew are experts in curses, and they've seen this before. Apparently, when they saved an ancestor from a death seal, there was fallout. Part of the seal turns into a cultivator's energy stash, a dangerous double-edged sword. If they drain what little energy is left, she'll be completely wiped out. So, representing her sect, Chinger offers herself as the sacrifice for the cure. She's got to repay that life-saving favor somehow, right? Talk about high stakes. Later, Luo confirms the theory, but she's still suspicious of the girl's motives. Time is flying, and Luann Yanner's condition is spiraling into the abyss. Chinger steps up to help, but she quickly realizes something is very, very wrong. Luann Yanner is literally vacuuming the spiritual energy right out of her body. This makes no sense. The death seal is supposed to drain the host. Instead, Chinger is the one getting drained like a juice box. Suddenly, Luann Yanner's eyes snap open, glowing with a dark and mysterious hunger. Yanner's eyes snap open, whispering that she finally has her. This just got wild. Chaos erupts. Our protagonist intervenes, claiming he finally deciphers her secret. Hidden motives aside, Yanner's rare constitution makes this gamble incredibly dangerous. Her blazing fire roots are a disastrous match for those chilling death seals. Any clash would drain her spirit dry. He admires her selfless teacher instincts, but she's playing with fire, planning to physically absorb that deadly curse alone. She intended to use a treasure, but hearing his logic, she's totally shook. She assumes he's referring to that legendary celestial tome. What a hilarious misunderstanding! Her selfless act was just a clumsy cover to return the book naturally. In her panic, she forgot the book's divine protection only shields him. He's fine, she's not. These cultivation schemes are getting way too complex. Yashen's gaze is like an X-ray. If she slips, her cover is totally blown. Yashen scoffs, noting that surface-level tools won't fix this deep-rooted corruption. Fortunately, her innate recovery is top tier. Time for our hero to flex. Yo, the main character is intrigued, asking to join this high-stakes operation. The kid possesses monstrous strength, but this sealing art is uncharted territory. He prepares his energy, creating a sanctuary against that nasty mark of doom. Suddenly, she objects. This 100 Flowers technique takes 10 days to master, but Yashin just shrugs. 10 days? I will learn it in 10 seconds. Explain it. He is a fast learner. Just drop the knowledge and watch a master work. Chinger is shaking like a leaf. What is the holdup, he asks. This is the peak of the 5 paths. One tiny mistake means instant death. Bam! Purple mist erupts. The main character reveals his terrifyingly divine potential. 8 anchor points exist in a human core, yet he summons them instantly. Usually, stacking points is impossible, but he is rewriting the laws of physics. 9 anchors in 3 days? Her ancestor was a joke compared to him. Yashen signals her. Your move, lady. Wait, is he actually getting undressed now? Chinger tries to stay professional, but her curiosity is definitely piqued. She steals a glance, seeing the hero's intense focus. What is his endgame? The ritual ends. Yashen leaves while Chinger checks on the girl's vitals. The boy neutralized the mark. Thanks to him, Yanner is finally out of danger. She plays it cool, though she knows he saw through her facade. Yashen grins, considering her success his own. He is all about that mutual benefit. He promises her a favor later. She just needs a moment for her sister. They need a serious heart-to-heart once she wakes. Time for some detective work. Our hero wonders who else carries this curse. This mark of doom stinks. It is ancient, forbidden magic. Tracking its victims is nearly an impossible task. How did anyone obtain such a taboo art? Chinger recalls a dark legend. A century ago, a celestial created the seal for good, not evil. Someone twisted its purpose. The main character suspects a traitor hiding in plain sight. A rustle breaks the silence. Yanner is awake. She is frantic about her friends. Relax, the boy says. Everyone is safe. But the mystery of Shuo remains. Yanner breaks down, apologizing for all the lies. She really messed up. He comforts her, asking if this involves Lu Luo. She knows the truth. Going off-grid, they return to their childhood sanctuary, a place full of memories. In the main character's favorite hiding spot, they discover a mysterious letter. Rumors claimed Yan was done for. Even his explanations couldn't silence their disbelief. Shulo swore vengeance, believing him dead. My attempts to halt her were useless. No luck. Yashan suspected that ancient conqueror reached the legendary life and death realm, a true master. Meanwhile, Julo's courting disaster. Yanner continued her epic tale. Post-Exodus, she united the faithful, forging the Wuji sect under her imperial rule. Crowned Empress, she delayed her vengeance, hunting rogue assassins while wandering desolate lands. As she roamed, Lua ventured south, investigating the brutal raids striking the sect. 15 years ago, Shuo claimed she discovered the secret to slaying his rival. She required the Heaven Seal. I begged her to stop, but her resolve held. An eternal struggle. Each attempt to seize the seal ended in a crushing defeat. After every failure, she retreated. No one expected her to join that monster. She returned as the lethal king of assassins. Witnessing this, Ya realized the truth. That conqueror's power is immense. Cheap tricks won't bring a legend of his caliber down. If revenge wasn't her goal, then her decade-long schemes are incredibly suspicious. Her past actions reek of deception. Boom! Flashback time. Our hero recalls a moment. Why hide here? He asked. Your sister is hunting you across these peaks, she sighed. If I fail this trial of courage, I'll be an outcast forever, Yashan smirked. Fine. I'll grant you one of my most guarded secret treasures. Presenting the horizon mirror, he instructed. Rub the glass when danger draws near. Instant safety, she teased. Yen, are you actually afraid? He didn't even flinch. Obviously. But you never notice since I'm always leading the charge and winning. I fight because I'm terrified, he confessed. Fear of losing what matters most. If I fall, who's left to protect you? Once mastered, fear transforms into courage. If she embraces this, no wicked cultivator will ever make her tremble again. Yayen drifted through memories, while the sisters confronted our main character. Sensing his distraction, they asked what's wrong. It's nothing, the youth replied coolly. Everything's fine. He then revealed he'd ordered Shulu to return in 3 days. Luan Yanner struggled to rise, her strength failing. Stop, Yashen warned. You're weak. Rest is vital. He'd utilized dual cultivation to neutralize her lethal death seal. The curse is gone, but your fractured core requires stillness and deep healing. Stunned, she demanded to know why he performed the ritual while she slept. You should have waited! It sounded like a lover's quarrel. Suddenly, the mood shifted. She questioned the seal's origin. That enemy simply doesn't use such dark arts. Neither did her sister. Without warning, Luan Yanner summoned her general for answers. The general reported she was guarding the secret tunnels, exactly as instructed. An infiltrator struck. After a brief clash, the intruder, a curse specialist, fled. Luan Yanner ordered her to maintain position. Hold fast. Reinforcements are coming, she warned Yashen. An unknown ally joined her sister. That seal was their work. We can't wait, Yashen countered. She'll be here by tomorrow morning. I just clashed with her. She's desperate to claim the seal of the heavens. She retreated only because her injuries were severe, not out of fear. If she attempts a return, the shadow puppet masters will never allow it. The youth's blood boiled. Tomorrow is the final showdown. Elsewhere in the fortress, Yanton beamed with joy. Her master finally stirred. She scanned the chamber anxiously. Did you find the Grandmaster? Suddenly, Yashen appeared. It's been quite a while. No, see, my friend. How is your day going? She weeps, asking if he foresaw this fated reunion. Yashen smirks. I knew we would meet today, but these battles? They are quite the surprise. Thanks. Later, Luan Yanner checks in, asking if she needs anything. You are free to ask for anything. She has a wish, but first asks, Master, Does your grand plan still require my humble assistance? The main character grins. Nothing escapes those sharp eyes of yours. She is truly one of a kind. Meanwhile, Shiloh is lurking on the rooftop like a total creep, eavesdropping on every single whispered word. As she climbs down, Leanne Yanner asks, "Still holding that grudge? We are from the same sect. Why all the beef?" Imagine the master's face seeing us at each other's throats. Not cool at all. The girl is fuming. She launches a lethal attack at Luan. "Stop hiding that massive aura, sister. Show me your real power. Plus, I am sick of you acting all weak and clueless lately." Her sister says enough. No more restraining Shuo. The master's treasure won't be stolen by anyone. You will have to go through me first. But in a flash, she is right beside Luanne. She whispers that resistance is pointless. Now buckle up, because this story is about to get wild. This girl is a total pro. She does not even need to grab the item herself yet. Why? Because she knows exactly where it is. She goes full Hulk mode on a nearby wood. She finds a bag, and Luan Yenner sighs. Chill out, sister. You are just being played by them. Plot twist. Turns out the master isn't even dead. All she wants is for her sister's trust. She wonders if this path is actually better. Suddenly, Shulo feels a strange, overwhelming, powerful new vibe. She realizes her aura has reached the next level. Luanne Yenner jokes about her sister being a ninja. Look at the rooftop ninja go! The girl gets fired up and charges full speed at her, but then she stops. This is pointless. The main character has been transformed. Do whatever you want. It won't matter anymore. Shiloh's mind is blown. How can a mere puppet copy her own sister? It even copied her power level. The main dude raises his hand. Boom! A massive, fiery Why so scared, he asks. Didn't I teach you to see one and imagine 10 on the battlefield? In the land of Asan, every single path is covered. There is nowhere left for her to run. Once she touches that treasure mirror, she is stuck. There is only one way left to stop her. Basically, she trusts change and reflection way too much, because she is weak and always thinking of bailing. But she still has the reputation of the world's most feared and deadly shadow assassin. Talk about irony. The angry girl calls him a fake. "You are not worthy of my master's legendary words," she screams. Right then, the main character wears a sly grin. "Finally you showed up, using my summoning seal." The kid's vibe shifts completely. Shulo is like, what is going on with this intense, heavy pressure? Sure, the person in front of her is a total fake, but she is feeling something brand new. The main character is glaring at her with pure, unadulterated rage. He reaches out and grabs her head. "You need to chill," he whispers. He pulls a wild move, and suddenly, the scene flips away. They are in another place. A girl complains. "This compass is a real brain buster. Everyone is all over the place." To find the Empress's divine mirror, she sacrificed 10 whole lives. Even though Yan is super strong, it takes a full day to break that ancient, nasty curse. Meanwhile, Shuo has to snag the item before it's too late. Suddenly, she senses her mark's aura. She activated it. Her fan glows brightly, her clothes rip apart, and she is like, "Wait, what? What the heck is happening to my robes?" She cannot believe Yishan is sending spiritual energy back. It is flowing through her seal. But there has got to be more to this strange reversal technique. The kid is intense. While he is fighting, he is actually tracking her exact location with precision. But the girl bites his finger, forms a blood seal, and says she is not easy to handle. Boom! A massive explosion rocks the castle grounds, while Yanner just watches from the high tower. The other master shows up, asking how she is now that Yushan's power has finally been unleashed. Years of bickering finally cease. She shifts, anxiety clouding her gaze. Is Shuo the trigger? Fear ripples as our main character's fury looms. Why was she left behind? Yanner teases her about being a crybaby. Her sister objects. Yoshin merely wanted to spare her the burden. Fate's threads are tangled. Shuo chose her own path long ago. Loyalty burns bright, but her master's power remains on another level. Yanner stays silent. Suddenly, our hero returns with Shuo in his arms. Yanner's jaw drops. Her sister is safe, untouched by his legendary wrath. Mercy from the demon? He planned this 3 days in advance. Asen's trap was primed. Even ahead of schedule, the net closed in. A curse was found in Yanner. Could Shuo be tainted too? Reversed energy traces the source, but the puppet master severed the cord. Spiritual energy leaves echoes. Yenner insists they can still track the scent. He stops her. Why bother? She's definitely calling for backup anyway. He predicts a trap. Lure the enemies into his domain instead. The Empress is stunned. Are we just letting them escape like this? Not quite, fam. A hidden tracker was planted during that energy flip. Ice-cold strategy at play. Our boy is playing 5D chess today. He needs a tactical breather. Recovery is the priority for the next strike. Waking Shallua is next. Meanwhile, Yonner's heart is still heavy with grief. Their long-awaited reunion? Absolute dumpster fire status achieved by everyone. The other master appears. The sis is back. Time to get lit. What a terrible excuse to party. The duo remains completely unimpressed. She's too frail for booze. A meaningful glance passes between them. Fine then. Did Yenner forget her promise to grant one wish? Expectations are peaking. This is about to get incredibly chaotic, folks. He's skeptical. What could she possibly want, besides a wild party? The party girl has retired. She claims that life is ancient history. She's done with the bottle? What kind of wish remains then? Yenner's dying of laughter. Her master is truly a dense goofball. Does he still not get it? After all these years, he's clueless. Directness is key here. I want to play hide and seek with you. The group is flabbergasted. Luan's jaw is practically hitting the floor. It sounds silly, but it's personal. He always failed to find her. That's her biggest regret. Now it is time for a rematch. Hide well, or else. The consequences of being caught are mysterious. She vanishes instantly. Yenner panics, worrying about her sister's weak condition. He tells her to relax. Focus on your health, Yenner. Let her go. He offers to escort her, but she recoils, refusing to quit. She won't ruin the fun. Go hide quickly, master, she insists. Minutes later, he's on the roof, surveying the city from above. Was Leanne truly happy? Her mood swings have him feeling totally lost. Luluo appears nearby. You're too exposed here to win, master. Asan warns of a punishment. But for our hero, the outcome is irrelevant. Winning or losing, it's the moment itself that truly matters now, ensuring Asan's joy. Luluo teases. Why the long face then? Suddenly, she pranks him about her sister's arrival. Fed up with the games, Hero seals her in a scroll. She pouts. Just face my sister. She clearly adores him and would confess everything. But the stubborn Yashin sighs. She avoids me, so she must despise me. Suddenly, Luan truly appears. Luo attempts an explanation, yet the MC remains deeply dejected. Losing her patience, the girl delivers a stinging slap, shouting that a real man speaks his heart directly. As the boy eats nowhere, he blurs out. Wait, do you actually hate me? Right then, Awkward pulls him close, whispering, Be quiet. Just as Asan emerges, searching for the pair. Talk about a close call, we're tucked away, basically cuddling. When she finally retreats, our hero struggles, she confesses. I was just terrified of your rejection. She craves more than a mere master-disciple bond. The tension is hitting critical levels. Flooded with memories, Yashin finally takes the plunge and kisses her. My heart! What a legendary move! The boy declares their status officially upgraded. Overjoyed, the radiant girl lunges at him, promising total obedience. Our stoic hero turns bright red, mesmerized by her beauty. Suddenly, Luan Yenner senses a strange aura. Our hero, still flushed like a beet, insists they retreat. His cultivation hasn't fully recovered yet. He needs rest. Meanwhile, Chinger witnessed the whole thing. Ouch. Talk about terrible timing. She's paralyzed. Her sister arrives, suggesting they hunt as a team. Suddenly, Chinger squeezes her eyes shut, and the sister asks, Is trouble brewing? Surely Yashin can help. Our hero nods firmly. With me here, there's zero reason to panic. Deep in the palace, the sisters confer, and the green-haired beauty seeks the celestial bookkeeper. She presents a token, explaining her sister's curse took precedence over their original mission. Pivoting, she checks on Yashin, but the boy, currently bound, sighs that Yanner's just being playful. Suddenly, she kneels, offering a deep apology for intruding on his private space. They were simply desperate. Rest assured, Your secret romance is safe. No one will ever visualize those spicy poses you two shared.
Talk about awkward.
Let's get down to business. The MC grunts. The siblings weave their magic. Emerald mist erupts, and boom! A white-haired
Maiden manifests!
Yashin greets Rukshi, who purrs. It's been an eternity. Our hero, resilient as a weed, stands tall.
Hey, that's cold!
Yashin shrugs, while she notes his unique audacity to provoke her. Unmoved, he demands to know why she's hunting the celestial tome. She laughs, making him wonder if this concerns the villain who cursed his student. Rushi smirks. Your intuition remains sharp. This mysterious woman shares a dark past with him. But wait, there's even more. His sect's total destruction is tied to her secrets too. Now the boy's officially intrigued. He demands to know her secrets, but she just points to Baiwa's forbidden land. Don't be late, she teases, before vanishing into thin air. Yashen is left stunned. While he ponders, the sisters keep the magic flowing until the ritual finally ends. The hero thanks them for the delivery, but admits he's hungry for more information. Ever since the 100 Flowers sect pivoted, they've prioritized sealing over actual combat training. It's super suspicious, especially since the ancestor vanished into that cursed forbidden zone. Chinger admits they've been clueless since joining 10 years ago. Talk about a long con. Yashen realizes this message method is insanely high level. She doesn't play with lives lightly. This means the rot in the sect started a decade ago, or maybe even earlier. Chinger wonders if the ancestor's actually luring him into a trap in the Forbidden Land. 3 years ago, the sisters were exiled from the mountain with a very specific warning. A dream spirit told them, never use magic to enter the sect again. It's a total lockout. Anyone trying to get back has to trek through the legendary and lethal Poisonous Mountain. Yashen wonders if this mountain is just around the corner. The sisters make it sound impossible. The way they describe it, it sounds like finding a needle in a moving haystack. Chinger explains the place shifts its location constantly. It's the ultimate magical hide-and-seek. Even if you find it, it's packed with toxic miasma and beasts ready for a snack. Shadowy sighs. They have a home they can't reach, stuck as exiles in the world. With the Blood River sect acting like a bunch of pests, they need help, fast. If not for their mission, they'd have rushed back to their mother figure ancestor long ago. They're terrified of what's happened to her. Yushen's brain, meanwhile, is buzzing with theories. To him, all these elaborate setups scream one thing: total disaster containment. He guesses Roki didn't go missing. She locked herself in the Forbidden Zone on purpose. If that's the case, their master is betting the whole house on his arrival. Breaking this curse and entering the land is a go. But there's a huge catch. Shattering the seal might just unleash absolute chaos upon the entire world. The safest bet is sneaking in through the mountains, even if the spot is sketchy. It's not hard to find, but the travel time? That's the real deal breaker here. Suddenly, someone mentions a secret shortcut. Yenner spills a legendary secret from the past. When the sect was founded, a master built a gate linked to the 5 elements. Just state your destination and boom, the gate opens a direct path. Instant travel unlocked. But when her master vanished, she was so stressed, she totally forgot this cheat code. Yashen notices she's still on edge. Xiao just scoffs. What did he expect from them? Being an Empress's maid sect comes with high stakes. Now, they can finally bounce back. But Luan Yiner halts the party. Did you forget why we were exiled in the first place? The sisters are just homesick, but they're ignoring the dangerous big picture here. Let's just go, they cry. But they're totally missing the dark truth beneath. They're trembling with fear. And Chinger admits she's just worried about their home. Yanner is the only one thinking clearly. The ancestor wants them far from this mess. She trusted Yashin to be their protector. If things are this bad, they should stay away. Our hero thinks Yanner is a total boss for keeping the sisters in check. She's been a massive help, even if he's still getting on her last nerve. With the plan set, our hero starts heading down the stairs, ready for the next trial. Yishan's got tea! Grabbing her hand, she drops a total bombshell. Ouch! She cries. Our hero is all ears as the Flowers crew appears. I tried changing topics, but suddenly, Luan Yanner slaps him out of nowhere. She says it is for face, but she is just throwing a tantrum. No big deal, though. Our boy is not going to lose it over that. Yashen asks, why the ghosting? What did I even do to deserve that? Yanner demands to know why he never asks for help when sisters struggle. He is a solo hero, leaving the sheltered disciple in the dark again. But things are changing. Their days as master and disciple are finally over. It is a lover's quarrel. When will he finally see her as a partner? The main character stays silent, watching this drama unfold like a true spectator. I heard everything, she chirps, and I have the perfect master plan ready. The ancestors are in trouble. This Xuanji gate was her secret ultimate creation. She built it just to find him, and only the elite know it. She has already trained him on it. Now, she will be waiting. Suddenly, he grabs her hand, activating the seal to the spirit mountains. If he goes solo, he will go berserk and blow everything sky high. She has to come along to keep his insane powers in check. Talk about romantic. Meanwhile, Asan is staring down a giant ice block. The master and sis are missing, leaving poor Asan to run the show. That white-haired girl is still alive. Asan tells her to wake up. Our journey ends here. If you enjoyed this recap, smash that like button. See you next time for more legendary action.